Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Diamond Select action figure of Silent Bob from Mallrats. So, I'm happy that Diamond Select actually made an original figure for this Silent Bob figure, unlike their Clerk Silent Bob figure, which was just a repaint of the Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back figure. Here we have an actual movie-accurate Mallrats action figure, which is great. That's how it should be. And the outfit looks pretty good. Like, his coat is nice and shiny and leathery looking in sculpt form, which is, kind of hard to achieve, like that actual kind of leather effect compared to what I, consider to be like the more cottony look of his shirt and shorts. So kudos to Diamond Select for getting that sheen and that kind of texture. You can see a little more of that texture in close-up. But yeah, they achieve it rather well, I'd say. One interesting thing about this figure is he's got the little Batman belt that he rocks, which he doesn't rock the entire movie. It'd be cool if that was like an attachment piece that you could put on, but it's really stuck on there. Like, you can't remove it. So I wish we had a more normal Silent Bob that he looks like throughout the whole movie and not just a couple of scenes of that little belt. But still, the belt looks good. It's well sculpted. The details on his feet are good. Like, his little shoes look good. The lacing, the sculpt of the little holes on the side and the texture on the bottom. The socks look good. The shorts look fine. The little white shirt sticking out under the edge of his black shirt, the little white part sticking out, looks pretty good. Where this figure kind of throws me off is the head. It's so like weird and cartoony looking and wet looking, like it's very shiny. I saw a few of these in stores, and sometimes you see figures where some are shiny and some are dry, and you can kind of pick which ones you want, but all of the ones I've seen are really, really shiny. Also, like, it's an odd face for them to go for Silent Bob. Does he ever make this kind of extreme face, like maybe in a moment of duress? Sure. Would I pick this face to be like the face of the figure? No! But it still looks pretty good as far as like the sculpt of the beard and the edge of the paint lines that kind of insinuate edges of hair there. The actual sculpting of the teeth is actually really good, and the depth in his mouth and the pink paint inside for like, the gums. It's actually really impressive. His eyes are kind of intense, but the eyebrows and eyeballs are very well painted. The hat looks good as far as the, also again, the kind of texture of the hat that he wore in this movie, but an odd choice. Articulation on this is pretty strong, though. You may not be able to see it like from the outside, but underneath his shirt there is a mid-torso cut where his legs do connect to the torso. You got double knee joints and hinge swiveling ankles and double elbow. No, it's a single elbow joint with no rotation though. Just the bicep, the top of the shoulder. There is no bicep cut, and then like a ball hinged head. The figure does come with an alternate head, which is kind of cool in that I like that they included this helmet. It's from a pretty funny bit in the movie, and I like they included the goggles. I just don't know why the goggles are so white. It's a weird choice, but I like the expression of his mouth. This, to me, is a great Silent Bob mouth. I just wish the lenses weren't so white. We also get the little truck toy when they're going to take a run at LaFour's, and the little kid throws this at them. We get this, and they, for a little piece of plastic, it really does read like wood. So good to Diamond Select for that. I like little scene-specific accessories. They're really fun. You get an alternate pair of hands, this kind of open-palmed right hand, and then a smoking right hand, which would make sense considering Silent Bob smokes all the time. Speaking of little tiny accessories that are scene-specific, we get the little videotape of Rene and Shannon Hamilton that Silent Bob has to set up with a little AV setup at the end of the movie, and his little like Leatherman tool. Actually, this isn't a Leatherman. In the movie, it's a Leatherman, but this looks just like a basic set of like pliers. Oh well. And then lastly, we have this. His little makeshift Batman gun, his harpoon gun, with the little grapple hook thing, which is really cool. They include this because he kind of pulls it out and attaches it to this, but there's no hole. Like, you'd think by including these two things, you would be able to attach this and then have the figure hold it. And you can pose him like he's firing it, but the fact that like they don't, This is weird. Like, this should have a hole. You should be able to attach this. This is really disappointing. But on its own, this is a good sculpt, and I do like the gold paint and all that. And it's nice they included this, but, like, come on. What the hell? This figure also comes with a little base of the mall with a little section of one of the stores. All the figures in the Mallrats series come with this sort of base with the basic kind of tile painted on and a little store featured in the movie. Silent Bob comes with Popular Girl, which he should come with because that's the store that he flies into when he's flying across the mall trying to get at LaFour's, and he crashes into one of those little displays right there. So this is cool. This looks really great. And as a fan of the movie, I'm glad they included this one as part of their display. Switching out the heads is really easy, and I figure, you know, if he's got the permanent Batman belt, I gotta have the Batman helmet and the gun in his hand, and it looks pretty good altogether. You know, the one bummer is he's got such an opened palm left hand that he can't really grip anything like this grapple thing, or like the videotape. Like, he's got all these fun little accessories that he can't really, like, do anything with. Still, with the articulation, he is pretty posable as far as, like, you know, certain little angles and stuff. Some of the joints are a little loose. I found his legs a little loose, and this little shoulder joint here pretty loose. But still, this Silent Bob looks pretty good. I love the fact that they included so many cool Batman-y elements to him, because that's such a fun factor of him in Mallrats. So even though I complain about a few elements to this, I still think he looks really cool. Like, it's a good sculpt and everything. So yeah, I dig this. It looks great. Thanks for watching, everybody. And follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. And if you want, subscribe to me here on YouTube. Or don't, whatever.